Welcome, I'm Sean Myers, Field CTO at Tintri. The question we're trying to address today is what sort of granularity can SQL Integrated Storage provide for databases? In this quick demo, we're going to show how detailed we can get for visibility and the granularity that only SQL Integrated Storage can provide. One unique thing SQL Integrated Storage does change is the unit of management for storage for databases. Instead of managing things at a LUN data store level, we're going to go down to a database level, meaning all the metrics you're used to seeing per LUN or data store now can be presented per database. So let's go in there real quick and let's log in. First, this is TGC. Log in real quick. This is the main TGC screen. You can see all the different VMstores you're running and what the different metrics you've got here. So we're going to give a quick overview about a couple things here first, and then we're going to dig into the per database part of it. So I click on here, and it opens up a chart, and when this chart fills in, I now can see all the different points in time, and I can see my spikes. And one of the great things here is I can just click on one of these spikes, and it will provide me a top 10 list of what's making up the most things from that spike. And I can see if it's a database or a virtual machine or whatever. And wherever I choose to pick from, basically, it'll give me the current top 10 for that. In this case, for example, my AdventureWorks database is using the most amount of IOPS on it. Same thing happens if I want to go for a latency chart or other charts. I've got lots of different options here to figure things out. The good thing is, one quick shot, you click, and I can quickly figure out what's causing my latency, which things contribute to it the most. All right, and that's just big picture, and that's also a picture of the VMs and databases mixed together. But let's go in the databases specifically and look at them directly. So here I can actually sort and filter any way I want to go see what's going on with the systems and what kind of latency I have with different systems. My lab has some network issues, so on occasion we'll see some spikes like this one here, where I'm running about 5 milliseconds of latency from my network. But in most cases here, I also can drill down and see where it's coming from if I don't have network latency. In this case, my flash layer is having some of the problems. So I've got a lot of heavy lifting on this system right now, which just causes this. Granted, 1.2 milliseconds of latency is not bad. And then also I can summation all the different throughputs and how many IOPS each one is driving. And of course the IOPS here are going to be the actual IOPS, and most of these are SQL Server databases, with most of those IOPS being 64K IOPS, not in some modified 4K or 8K. There are other screens where we can drill those down. What I like to do is go into the VMstores and go into the Manage Objects and go look at each VMstore directly and see what options are there. And then I can drill down into the databases here. In this case, I can see I have multiple AdventureWorks databases because I have multiple different servers managed in here. Go to the Settings tab, I can go add extra fields. I'm going to go add the host field so I can actually see which SQL server they're on. In this case, I'm looking for AdventureWorks 2017, DW, the 2017 that's residing on the PastProd server, which is this one here. One of the amazing things with this, I see it's only using 37 gigabytes of space on disk. If I actually go into that SQL server, again, we're on the PastProd database, PastProd, AdventureWorks DW 2017. I go into here, PastProd, AdventureWorks DW 2017, and go into Properties. I can see this thing has got over 300 gigabytes of space on it in years by. So we get a lot of good compression and dedupe factor going on with this system. But I can go see how much space each one's using. If I had snapshots on it, I can see the space size of each snapshot and how much stuff has changed on it. As you can see, I have my snapshots and how much space each one is. Also, I can dig into the settings-wise, which is my replication of snapshot windows. But the metrics is where it really comes into fruition. I can learn lots of different things of the past day, week activities and stuff. In this case, I don't have a lot going on except for daily spikes. Let's go find a different database that actually has better spikes on it. These prod DW right here is going to have better spikes on this process. You can see that we've got much more activity during the day going on all day, every day. If I can break it into a 4-hour window, I can see when things are happening. This is how much IOPS is driving from this database, and just this database alone. That's the amazing thing. I can drill down and figure out how I want to look at it, from any slice I want to, going up to 1 full week of data to see, hey, look, I must have, obviously, a maintenance period where nothing is occurring on because it's basically in the evening time frames. And also I can see some spikes during the day. I can go drill down and figure out what's going on at that particular time. If that wasn't granular enough, I also can go in per database file and see what's going on. I can expand this out here and show this is the MDF, this is the LDF. Right now I've got some reading going on to the LDF, the MDF file, but nothing going on with the LDF because there's no writes, it's just all reads. Must be some reports. The fact that I can drill down and figure that out is some of the amazing things of how detailed we can go into on a SQL Server database. And I can do this for every database. Then again, if I want to get big picture, I go back to the Databases tab, and all my databases are listed again, as I showed before. And now I can sort and figure out which databases are using the most space, from this process, or if I want lots and lots of fields. I mean, the amazing thing is, look at how many different fields I can add into here. To figure out if I want live logical, my compression factor, my space savings factor, all those things I want to look at, I can look at it any way I want to. So I can slice and dice very granular to figure out what I need to and still get big picture so I can get it from the view of all my databases all at one time. These are just some of the features we have for giving you great visibility into your SQL Server databases. And thank you for joining.